literacy, working in so many ways with the generation next, our youth. And of course our greatest project, polio eradication, where our success has come slowly but is no less certain. And as the saying goes, the difficult is done immediately. The impossible takes just a little bit longer. If we want to really achieve the impossible, we have to have not only persistence, but vision. We have to be looking past at what we are doing now, at what we can and should be doing, and in the days and years to come. And so our third emphasis in 2011 and 12 will be change. And we start by being the change we wish to see in the world. If we wish for peace, we start by living in peace ourselves, in our homes and in our communities. If we wish for environmental degradation to stop, if we wish to reduce child mortality or to prevent hunger, we must be the instrument of that change and recognize that it must start within each one of us. And to bring about these changes, we'll need to think in new and different ways, explore new ways of seeing. If we do what we have always done, we'll get what we have always got, nothing better and nothing more. This would not satisfy us professionally, I believe, and it certainly should not satisfy in our Rotary service, where the stakes are actually much higher. Past Rotary International President Bill Huntley used to tell the story of the old woodcutter who passed on his much-used axe to his son before retiring, saying, "Son, this is the axe that our family has used for generations. And except for 8 new handles and 12 new blades, it is the same axe I and your forefathers have always used, and it is now yours." Now Rotary is a little bit like that, isn't it? As we explore our generation next in our new Fifth Avenue of service, as we focus on our strategic plan and future vision, I believe it is time for us to move into a future forward mode, not just in the next year, but in the next decade and beyond. These are changing times, and times when we must keep our feet firmly on the ground, anchored in our core values, but look beyond the far horizon. And as our generation next connects through Facebook, through Twitter, YouTube, and iPhone, I believe the time has come to join hands, urge them forward, and go ahead, developing our own Rotary social network, as we hope to do in the coming months. Yes, the time has come for us to change. Change from our pallor of grey and go green, to embrace our new generation of newer, younger members. They're all out there, waiting to come in, and we need to open our doors and give them space. And I don't know how you feel, but I have always believed that the younger generation of today, they are perhaps more committed to the ideas of service and friendship that many of us were at their age. And we must understand the reality of the new generation of Rotary and help them manage expectations with realities. They are under pressure constantly, being involved in multiple endeavors, and yet have a strong work-life balance. I believe they are as dedicated and as passionate about being a Rotarian as you and me. I had started this morning by referring to a speaker at the last convention in New Orleans. And I'd like to close today by remembering something he said that morning, because that's the way I feel too. "My fondest wish for you," he had said, "is that at the end of the day, each day, you can look back and think, I wrote a little line today in the history of good." Some days you might write a paragraph in the history of good. And there might be a day once you could write a whole chapter in the history of good. I think that's what motivates Rotary. and what motivates men and women of goodwill every place on the face of the earth. Indeed it does. And so, as you go back from this convention, perhaps today, or maybe tomorrow, as you go back to your homes and to your countries that you have come from, as you go back to Japan, as you go back to England, as you go back to India, and as you go back to Brazil, as you go back to South Africa and Australia, and all the other great countries of the world of Rotary, go and tell your clubs and your communities that you are ready to take on the challenges that face us today, the challenges of distrust, of fear, of intolerance, of helplessness, of violence, and that the Rotarians are ready to go and work with hope, with enthusiasm, with courage, and with vision, and stand firm and strong and tall like Mount Everest, firm in our purpose to spread love and happiness and to work for peace. My wife Vinod and I look forward to the privilege of joining hands with each one of you as you reach within to embrace humanity and continue to write the history of good. Thank you. You want to stay for the ceremony?